What's going on, everybody? What's going on? And thank you for tuning in to the Elemental Science Lab. Like, subscribe, and let's geek out. It is the moment of fire, air, and earth. 9:36. Remember, every moment is a direction in reality. And I want to talk about something that's really deep, focusing on the fellas, on why it's important for a divine masculine to have a solid mind and to be deeply rooted within self. And I want to speak on this because we don't get that much attention, and we go through the most physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and etherically, just as much as the feminine do. But we get hit the most because we are the leaders, we are the providers, we are the warriors, and we get hit the most when it comes to this subject. And it's important for us to have a solid mind because every day is a constant battle and every day is a constant lesson. And my experience as a divine masculine, as we go through these lessons and these phases in life, we don't get much credit for the work that we do behind closed doors. Everyone says, oh, just man up, you'll be okay, suck it up. You know what I mean? You're a man, go out there and do this and blah, 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 but not really focusing on what's important. How many of you have someone that checks up on you once in a blue moon to see if your mental health is okay or if you're healthy or you're feeling well or just a simple, how was your day? Not many of us. And as I'm going through my journey, I experienced that a lot way before I met my divine counterpart because that's when things change. That's a whole nother video coming pretty soon. But before she even came into the picture, nobody checked in on me. Nobody seen if my mental health was okay. Nobody cared. But I still kept pushing and I still kept moving forward. And one of the important things that I learned about being a divine masculine is not everyone is your friend or your brother. Because some of them will turn your back on you in a heartbeat because of something that was said. Some of them will immediately turn their back on you. But you don't get upset with them because you understand and overstand within that everything is still going to be okay. Whether someone is by your side or not, you still keep pushing forward. And we go through a lot. And there's some things that I want to touch on the most about being a divine masculine and why it's important to have a solid mind. It's because when we come in contact with the women, we give them a piece of our mind. So it's very important for us as men to really take care of ourselves on all planes before we get into any type of relationship. Friendship, partnership, it doesn't matter what it is. Get your mind right. And The way I got my mind right was to completely cut everyone off. And I do mean everyone. Completely cut everyone off and tend to myself. Tend to myself and really see and get the feel of who I am and what I am inside and out, getting a taste of my own energy and my own medicine every single day to see who I am and to learn myself, my patterns, my behaviors, my triggers. Just learn it. But what really got me into staying deeply rooted in myself was always grounding and being by water. Those two elements balanced me out on a whole nother level. Never in a million years would I think I would enjoy sitting by water or simply going outside and putting my feet in the grass and just sitting there. I would have never thought in a million years that I would actually enjoy that and getting some sun. You know what I mean? And one of the most important things that I learned was you must mind your emotions before you receive instructions. That was very, very important as a man. And you mind your emotions by following the moon cycles, and you receive your instruction by following the sun cycles, learning from your mother and father. And it is a beautiful thing, let me tell you, because you're learning how to navigate through life by following those two and honoring those two. You're learning yourself in a unique way that most of our parents didn't teach us. So you're learning from your internal parents on how to navigate through life and how to become a better man and a better leader and provider for your family. Because one thing I learned is you must have a solid internal family before you manage an external family. And what that means is you must learn the relationship of your mother and father internally and the child before you do that externally and have children. Because again, you're passing on your DNA to that child and that woman. And in one of my videos, I speak on how we collect DNA. And I break everything down on how we do this. The woman is the receiver. So if you have a messed up mind and you go enter into that woman's womb, you are now messing her up as well, and the children and the generation after that. And that's something you do not want to do as a man. Because society has us thinking that, oh, we got to have these flashy cars, all this money, all this jewelry, and all this type of stuff to be a man and to be a provider. In reality, to be a man, an attractive man, you must first honor that internal father and mother. When you create that supportive and safe space for a woman, if a woman can walk up to you and say, "Oh, I feel safe around you," you did your job. You legitimately did your job as a man to heal yourself because now your presence and your aura has created that safe and supportive space for that woman to be vulnerable and to put her guard down. These women are tired. These women are hurting. All these women want is to rest and to no longer fight a battle that they can no longer fight. They are tired and they are ready to rest. It is time that we step up and fight these battles. And the only way to fight these battles is by having a solid mind and to be deeply rooted within yourself. And what does that mean? That means it doesn't matter what is going on around you. You stand firm on who you are and what you are. You stand on business. Be a tree that is deeply rooted in the ground. And the only way to move a tree is to either dig it up or to cut it or to use brute force with wind. That is the only way to move a tree. But you must be that tree and remain deeply rooted where you do not move and you stand firm in whatever it is you're doing in life. If you want to create that business, you go ahead and create that business. If you're taking care of your children, go ahead and take care of your children. Let that woman rest. She's done enough. Let her rest. It is time that we step up and we do what we are called to do and be the warriors and take care of our woman. A lot of these men today are very, very embarrassing. Very embarrassing. Have no idea how to take care of a woman properly because they think that it's all about money and cars and doing this. And then they're wondering why their woman is upset and unhappy. Because you didn't pay attention to yourself, you're not paying attention to your reflection, that woman. Remember, everyone that you encounter is a reflection of you. So when you meet that woman or you come in contact with that woman or the woman that you're attracting, when you see that woman, you see yourself. So if you know you're not good in the head right now, respectfully walk away from that woman until your mind is right. I know it may sound harsh and a bit crazy, but I'm speaking truth here. I'm speaking all this from experience because there's a lot of wounded women because of men. There is a lot of emotionally wounded and scarred women because of men. And then when we come in contact as a healed man to these women, they're still damaged. And it is our job to create that safe and supportive space to help heal those wounds and to bring our women back to life. This is our moment to bring our women back to life. But we are not able to do that unless we have a solid mind and are deeply rooted within self. When I speak on my experience with my divine counterpart, you will understand why it is very important to be deeply rooted and to have a sound mind. Because those type of relationships, it's not all lovey-dovey and peaches and cream. That is real work. You're coming in contact with a version of yourself to heal and get rid of all of the karmic cycles and wounds. There is no running, there is no hiding. It's work. Literally, it is work. I'm not going to get too much into that because I'm saving that heat for another video. Right now, I'm speaking to my fellows right now. Lock in now, lock in. I told you, we're going to be talking about everything on this channel. Some days may be serious, some days may be fun and goofy. But right now, we're being serious because our women are very, very important. You will not have access to the spiritual realm without your women. I'm trying to tell you this right now. We need our woman at full potential. And it is up to us to bring these women back to life. And the only way we can do this is by getting ourselves together first. Getting ourselves together, man. Working on your internal compass. Working on your pitch, your volume, your tone, and your sound. Because how you speak to women, it shows who you really are. It shows how you speak to your mother. It shows how you treat your mother. It shows how you respect your mother. And most important, it shows how you love your mother by how you speak to your mother and what tone you use. Remember, water is feminine energy and it remembers everything. So when you see women, look at them as the element of water. They feel and see everything and they remember everything. So be mindful of how you use your tone when you speak to women. Seriously. I'm telling you this from experience. And someone who's an elemental scientist of sound and direction, I'm telling you the truth. Be mindful of your sound around women, especially the ones who are emotionally damaged and have trauma. The trauma and emotionally damaged women. Be very mindful. It is a fellas telling you the best way to get your mind right is to separate yourself from those friends who are not your friends. Get away from those gang banging stuff, man. Stop the gang banging. Leave the pornography alone. Stop killing your seeds. You need your life force. You need your life force. Every time the moon lands on your sun sign, which is the month that you were born in, you receive a Kundalini seed if you do not squander your essence, which means if you do not release any semen from your body. Practice semen retention. Hit the weight room. Lift weights. Change yourself up, man. We need our men full potential so we can help our women come back to life. This is deep. Let go of what no longer serves so you can become who you need to be. Thank you for tuning in, family. Intergalactic Communications.